This has got to be the best bit of body language I've ever come across in my life. Alright, so this is from episode 2 on Love Island. Just listen to Mike's words, but watch what his hands do. What do you think Mike is thinking about Leanne kissing? Have a look at this.
Definitely had a lot more oomph, a lot more vim. She really gave it some wally. Gave it some wally. Gave it some wally.
Fantastic. What's that, Mike? Well, okay, so body language. It's the understanding of what's being said versus what the body is doing. And this is the purpose of the believingbruce channel. We look at what Mike was thinking about later on, but also to give you some education about how you too can spot when people's lying, when the body's not lining up with what the verbalization is doing. Your partner will never be able to lie to you again. If you are interested in body language, psychology, mental health, anything to do with the brain and heart, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below, but also please join me at Instagram or Twitter. I am tagging a load of people to do with the show, again, just to try and get that body language out. So it'd be great if somebody could share their stories and help other people, because remember, it's not just about catching where people are lying or anything like that. It actually helps us to understand each other better. You know, listen is just the words, but our eyes can help us to observe, and if we observe what people say, then we're more likely to be in tune with ourselves and each other, making the world a better place. So again, the series is just starting, and what I'm hoping to do is build a foundation layer, if you will, that gradually, as episode by episode, we start to organically increase our understanding of body language. And I've had messages from people in Botswana messaged me yesterday. Bruce, really love your Love Island. Botswana? I'm taking the watch it on ITV Hub. But again, just sharing my experience about body language, what I've amassed over 20 years. My intention is to help you to be more in tune with yourselves and each other. But let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first example of body language that I took from episode 2 last night was Shaughna's. So I'm going to show this video here, and what you'll see is when Shaughna's, obviously the twins have come in, Pinky and Perky, still not sure of their names. But when the twins come in, obviously they're going for a chat. Can I have a chat? Can I have a chat? Can I have a chat? They were chatting with everybody. Chat, 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 chat. And then the girls are lying in the bed, obviously watching the threat across here. And what I would like you to do is just watch what Shaughna's does with her hand.
I feel like the boys are excited because they're twins.
The thing
Like,
is,
they're
they're
really hot
getting
as well.
excited because it's fresh meat. They're
Really hot
getting
as well.
excited because it's fresh meat. They're
Really hot
getting
as well.
excited because it's fresh meat.
Yeah, so you'll see that, okay, now, especially with women. When women feel a threat, they'll either cover the supernatural notch or some, you know, around the neck area. It's a bit like when people get shocked. The whole of that area, because what you're doing is you're protecting yourself. And again, it is a reaction that's associated with, it's not to say that blokes don't do it, but generally females cover their neck when they feel a threat. So she can see here, although she's trying to pacify herself, and that's what it is, it's a pacifying behaviour. It's I'm just protecting myself from a threat. So she brushes it off as fresh meat, but you do see she detects a little bit of a threat, which is absolutely normal. But again, what she's saying, remember, all I'm doing is raising your awareness here to what the body points out is happening within your mind and your heart. And then we've got Callum. Alright, so Callum is sitting with the two twins. They're talking about their, you know, how brilliantly brainy they are. And then you see what Callum does is he gives her a compliment, but then he does, which is the first time that I've seen it in the series, the infamous Pinocchio movement.
I take mature.
Very mature.
I take mature.
Yeah, so did you see that? He gives a compliment, but then he reaches for his nose. Now, again, there's various research about this. Why do people rub their nose if they're not telling, you know, the full truth? We definitely can't say that they're 100% lying, but what we can do is, oh, I noticed they've done that, what's going on? We can dig that little bit deeper. And some research studies have said that there's erectile tissue that gets aroused and the hair start to move, etc. But what we can take from it, if someone says something and then brushes their nose, then there's definitely something going on. There's definitely something worth digging that little bit deeper. So when Callum says, yeah, oh yeah, you know, you seem mature, he's thinking something else. What do you think Callum could be thinking? And again, remember with body language, some of the basics that we're looking at is congruence, synchrony. What are we saying? Is it lining up with what our body's doing? And here is a brilliant example with Shaughna's when she gives Naz a compliment on his kissing skill.
He's a good kisser, 100%, 100%, 100%.
100% he's a brilliant kisser. Now again, that may be because she's not feeling it, she had to kiss him, etc. But what we can take from that is what she was saying wasn't lining up with what her body was doing. And then you've got the beautiful situation with Michael. what was going on inside Michael. It says, so when I burst out laughing when I was watching this last night. Burst out laughing when I was watching. I thought, oh my God, is he aware that this is going out of the country and Believingbruce is on his case? There is no way Believingbruce would let that one pass.
Definitely had a lot more oomph, a lot more vim. She really gave it some wally. Gave it some wally. Gave it some wally.
So again, he's talking about Leanne's kiss, but when he's speaking, what do you think he's thinking about?
Gave it some wally.
Hey, and we could all make assumptions. Who to say that he wasn't thinking about the baton that he uses in the police force? I've got to say, that is the best bit of body language that I've seen in a long time. The most humorous bit of body language. Now, Leanne is interesting because you see she's quite an introvert, an insular person. She's always got her arms crossed, or at least one across her body. And again, if you go back to episode 1 and just watch it through, she tends to be in a comfort zone when she's protecting herself. But what we've got is one of the twins kiss Michael. And then what you see is actually Anna's got game, yeah? She's got a bit conviction about her. And you'll see this video here that when I play it, usually you'll see Leanne's arms are crossed. But what happens is that she detects a threat. And then what she does, she displays a behaviour known as ventral frontman. And what this is, so this is where all our organs are. When we feel insecure, we protect ourselves. But what you see here from Leanne, who is by the majority of her 90% of the time with her arms across, she detects the threat and she gives it that. And she turns round to one of the, I don't even know who the twin was. I don't know their names either. But it's not that she actually starts to turn round. And what she's saying is, come on, I'll take you on. I fear nothing from you. Yeah? And it's like the cobra. It's like when guys are fighting, come on then, son. Yeah, what you see is Leanne doing that version of it. Boom, she's like the cobra. I fear nothing I'm going to expose my front to you because there's nothing fearful coming from you towards me inside my head and my heart.
Wasting her time, she goes there. But she's wasting her time, she goes there.
Go on, Leanne, get it into you. So what we see here is a lip compression. Yeah, so Callum has just been picked by one of the twins to couple up. And you'll see Shaughna. What the lip compression, it's a universal body language sign. An example, if you will, where somebody wants to say something, but they're stopping themselves. And again, from a learning point of view, from an educational point of view, if you will, then if you're having a conversation with somebody, or if you're in a meeting and you're observing people around you, and you'll see somebody like that, it's they're stopping themselves saying something. But sometimes not saying how you feel can be really unhelpful. So if you notice that in yourself, think, okay, why am I not saying how I feel? But also that people, you might be able to give them a little bit of encouragement. Being authentic, being the authentic version of you is a really nice place to be. Then the last thing here, I'm just going to show all of it, is the really surreal, uncommon, even a bit weird for me, conversation between the twins. I'm just going to play this small section and I want you to see what body language are you picking up from. And it's also got to be one of the weirdest 5 seconds of awkward laughter I have seen in my life. Enjoy. So just a little bit more about body language there. The more the series goes on, the more obviously tension becomes into the villa, the more people get introduced. The more threats people will feel. We'll see these exaggerated displays of body behaviours start to become more and more common. And Believingbruce will be there each step of the way. So if you like body language, you like what I'm doing, or you're just enjoying the crack and banter, please subscribe, follow us on Instagram. You can connect with us on Twitter as well. Leave your comments below. Help share the message if you will. It'd be great to get some messages or even, being involved in people's stories. But the whole idea about body language is to be able to make you more in tune with yourself and each other so you can understand that conversation. You can get to the truth more quicker. But it's also so your partner can't lie to you anymore. But most importantly, believe in Bruce. Be kind to yourselves and each other.